Every morning when you wake up, before you even step outside your door, the first war has already begun. It's not in your workplace, it's not in your family, and it's not in society. It's inside you. The whispers of doubt, the weight of fear, the pull of laziness, this is the real battlefield. And if you don't conquer this ground, no victory outside will ever feel complete. Let's talk about the greatest fight you'll ever face, the one within. Step 1, the inner war. The first and greatest battle every human being faces is not out in the streets, not in the workplace, and not even in the conflicts of daily life. It is the silent, invisible war that rages within the human heart and mind. It is the struggle between hope and despair, between belief and doubt, between strength and weakness. Every day we wake up and immediately find ourselves on this battlefield. The thoughts that enter our minds set the tone for the day, and the way we choose to respond to those thoughts determines whether we move forward in confidence or retreat into fear. The inner war is powerful because it is unseen. No one else can witness it, yet it shapes everything about how we live. A person may look calm and collected on the outside, but inside, storms of anxiety may be raging. Another person may seem quiet, but inside they may be fighting against voices that tell them they are not worthy, not capable, not enough. This war is not fought with weapons or physical strength. It is fought with conviction, discipline, and the power of thought. To ignore it is to surrender by default, because the enemy inside is always waiting for the chance to take control. What makes this war so decisive is that it comes before every external action. Before a person speaks, before they step forward into opportunity, before they take a risk, they must first win the argument inside themselves. The mind says, "You can't do it," while the heart whispers, "Try again." The inner war is the ground where destiny is either built or broken. To understand this truth is to realize that every outward victory begins with an inward triumph. Step 2, doubt versus faith. Doubt is one of the most subtle enemies of the human spirit. It does not come loudly or with force. It comes quietly, slipping into the mind in the form of questions, hesitation, and second thoughts. Doubt whispers, "What if you fail? What if you're not enough? What if everything goes wrong?" These questions, if entertained, begin to weaken determination and drain courage. Doubt thrives in uncertainty and fear, feeding on moments when confidence wavers. It grows stronger the longer it is allowed to linger, creating an atmosphere of hesitation that prevents a person from acting on their potential. Faith, on the other hand, is the answer that silences doubt. Faith does not deny the presence of challenges or the reality of risk. Rather, it believes that despite the obstacles, the outcome can still be good. It is the quiet but firm conviction that says, "Even if the way is unclear, I will step forward." Faith is not built on circumstances being perfect, but on a deeper trust that strength will be given when it is needed most. Where doubt weakens, faith strengthens. Where doubt paralyzes, faith moves. Every significant choice in life is tested on this battlefield between doubt and faith. A person who listens to doubt will often find themselves standing still, missing opportunities, and living below their potential. But a person who chooses faith, even when everything around them suggests otherwise, unlocks possibilities that fear could never allow. Faith is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is as simple as taking the next small step forward, trusting that each step will lead to a greater result. The battle between doubt and faith is constant, and the side that is fed daily is the one that grows stronger. Step 3, fear versus courage. Fear is a natural emotion, but left unchecked, it becomes a prison. It rises in the heart at the thought of loss, failure, or rejection. It paints the future with dark colors and convinces the mind that stepping forward is too risky. Fear does not always scream loudly. Often it works in whispers, gently persuading a person to play it safe, to stay where they are, to never take the chance that could change everything. It feeds on uncertainty and magnifies possibilities of defeat while hiding the possibilities of success. Fear keeps countless dreams buried because it convinces people to avoid the very steps that could bring them closer to the life they desire. Courage, however, is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act in spite of it. Courage acknowledges the trembling hands and racing heart, but chooses to move forward anyway. It does not deny danger or difficulty. It simply places a greater value on growth than on comfort. Courage speaks when fear says, "Be silent." Courage stands when fear demands retreat. It is a quiet inner strength that grows each time a person decides not to let fear dictate their path. Every time courage is chosen, it weakens fear's grip and strengthens resilience. The battle between fear and courage takes place in the private moments before any great action. It is fought in the pause before a decision, in the hesitation before a leap, in the stillness of the night when the mind races with doubts. If fear wins, opportunities fade and the heart remains restless. But if courage is chosen, doors open, strength appears, and a new version of life begins to unfold. This struggle between fear and courage shapes the destiny of every individual. Step 4. Discipline of mind. The human mind is a powerful instrument, capable of creating visions that build empires or fears that paralyze progress. Yet this power does not operate on its own. It must be directed. Without guidance, the mind can easily become a battlefield of scattered thoughts, distractions, and destructive patterns. Discipline of mind is the practice of bringing order to this chaos, of teaching the mind where to focus and what to hold on to. It is the difference between living life reactively, tossed around by circumstances, and living with intention, steering thoughts towards strength, peace, and clarity. A disciplined mind does not mean a mind that never wanders or never doubts, but it is one that quickly redirects itself back to what truly matters. It learns to reject thoughts of defeat and chooses instead to dwell on possibilities. It replaces worry with planning, complaint with gratitude, and fear with preparation. This discipline does not come overnight. It is cultivated daily through small choices, consistent habits, and the refusal to let emotions dictate every response. A person with a disciplined mind has the ability to stay calm in storms and steady in moments of pressure because they have trained their inner world to obey higher principles rather than impulses. Every great achievement begins with mental discipline. The athlete who wakes early to train, the leader who maintains focus in crisis, the dreamer who persists despite setbacks, they all master their inner thoughts before they master their outer world. The discipline of mind builds resilience, and resilience creates progress. When thoughts are aligned with clarity and conviction, actions naturally follow. And when actions consistently follow a disciplined mind, the result is a life that is not only successful, but deeply grounded in purpose. Step 5. Peace within, power without. True strength is not measured by how loud a person speaks, how forcefully they act, or how much control they seem to have over others. Real power begins in the quiet place of inner peace. When a person carries peace within, they are not easily shaken by the storms outside. Chaos may surround them, difficulties may rise, but their heart remains anchored. This calm is not weakness, it is the foundation of unshakable strength. A person at peace within themselves has the ability to think clearly in crisis, to act wisely under pressure, and to inspire others simply through their stability. Inner peace is not found by avoiding problems or pretending pain does not exist. It comes from the decision to cultivate stillness in the mind, to trust in a greater order beyond the present moment, and to refuse to let fear or anger rule the heart. When this peace is present, it becomes a shield against negativity. Words of criticism lose their power, setbacks lose their sting, and uncertainty loses its grip. Instead of reacting to every disturbance, a peaceful heart responds with perspective, patience, and strength. From this inner state flows outward power. The person who is calm within can lead with clarity, work with persistence, and build with vision. They do not need to control every situation because their power does not depend on external conditions. It radiates from their inner steadiness. Peace becomes the soil where courage, wisdom, and endurance grow. And as these qualities flourish, they create an influence far greater than force or domination ever could. A peaceful person becomes a source of strength for others, proving that the greatest victories in life are won not through noise, but through stillness. Step 6. Winning yourself first. Every great accomplishment in life begins with an invisible victory, winning the battle within. Before a person can lead others, achieve success, or overcome challenges, they must first conquer their own doubts, impulses, and weaknesses. The one who cannot control their temper, who is ruled by fear, or who gives in to every temptation will find that no external achievement can bring lasting fulfillment. To win yourself first means to gain mastery over your thoughts, your emotions, and your choices. It means setting the foundation of strength inside so that no matter what pressures come from outside, you remain unshaken. Winning yourself first is not about perfection, but about consistency. It is about showing up for yourself every day, even in the smallest choices. When you choose discipline over distraction, resilience over discouragement, and patience over frustration, you are building victories within that will eventually show in the world around you. These inner wins are often unnoticed by others, yet they are the most important because they shape character, and character is the true measure of success, the anchor that keeps achievements from collapsing under pressure. The person who wins themselves first develops a confidence that does not depend on applause or recognition. Their sense of worth is not tied to circumstances or opinions because they have already fought and won the deepest battles in their own heart. From this place of strength, they can face criticism without crumbling, face challenges without quitting, and face uncertainty without losing hope. When you win yourself first, every external battle becomes easier because the hardest victory, the one within, has already been secured. So as you walk out of here today, remember this: no matter what challenges you face in the world, the greatest battle will always be the one inside your own heart and mind. If you can silence the voice of doubt, if you can stand firm against fear, if you can discipline your thoughts and carry peace within, then you have already won the hardest fight. Life does not demand that you be perfect. It asks that you be courageous enough to win yourself first. And when you do, no obstacle can break you, no failure can define you, and no storm can move you off course. The world may test you, but you will stand because victory has already been claimed where it matters most, on the battlefield inside.